We're going to start by drawing a cupcake using a pencil, and make sure that you have an eraser with you, just in case you make a mistake. Make sure you're drawing lightly so that if you make a mistake and you have to erase, you can erase really easily. Start by making 2 lines going down the sides. This is going to be for the cup part of our cupcake, so decide how wide you want it to be. Then draw a line at the bottom connecting the 2 lines, and at the top, we're going to make a zigzag line that connects these 2 lines. We're going to finish the wrapper part of this by making some straight lines down from each bottom point of our zigzag. This is going to make it look like the paper is going in and out. Then we can make the top of our cupcake by making a rounded line that goes from one side of our zigzag line to the other side of our zigzag line. Now we want to make a horizon line behind our cupcake. Remember, a horizon line is what separates the ground from the background. Then our cupcake isn't just floating. You can make your horizon line be up really high or down really low. Just make sure that the cupcake is in front of it. Once you're done with your horizon line, you can add whatever decorations you want to your cupcake. It could be frosting, sprinkles, anything that you would put on top of a cupcake. Let's take a look at a couple of different cupcakes that we can get some inspiration from. For my cupcake, I decided to add frosting, sprinkles, and a candle on top. For our cupcakes, we're going to be choosing complementary colors. Complementary colors are colors that are straight across from each other on the color wheel. Red and green are complementary colors. Violet and yellow are complementary colors. And blue and orange are complementary colors. Notice that these colors are straight across from each other on the color wheel. That's what makes them complements. First, pick out your complementary colors. I chose orange and blue. You're going to want to use the colorful markers to go over all of your pencil lines. Then choose either crayons or colored pencils to color in your cupcake. Remember to stick with your complementary colors. Mine are orange and blue. Now, the fun thing about using crayons or colored pencils is oftentimes you'll have more than one type of each color. You can see how many different oranges and blues I found in my crayon box. When you're ready, go ahead and outline your pencil lines with the colorful markers, thinking about where you're putting one color and where you're putting the other color. When you start coloring in using crayon or colored pencil, think about how hard you're pushing down on your coloring utensil. If you don't push down really hard, you'll get a light color. If you push down really hard, you're going to get a darker color. This is a way that we can get different colors throughout our entire drawing. As you're coloring in and outlining everything, think about what colors you are putting in what place. We don't want to have too many colors in one spot because then they kind of just start blending together. So I'm alternating between my blue and my orange. I used blue for the paper of the cupcake and for the frosting of my cupcake, and I used orange for the cake part of my cupcake. Then for my sprinkles, I used blue and orange. I used different kinds of blues for the frosting than I did for the paper part. That way, they look like they're different things. Now we're going to add some shadows to our cupcake to make it look more rounded and realistic. So for the paper part, I chose the darkest blue that I could. I'm pushing down really hard to make sure that I get that shadow. You're going to want a shadow on one side of your cupcake and on the other side of your cupcake. You'll also want to add a shadow on each of those lines that we made going down through the cupcake paper. This makes it look like our paper is going in and out. It looks like it's more folded. This makes our cupcake look more 3D. You also want to add darkness to each side of your cupcake and your frosting if you chose to add frosting. Then you'll want to add a little bit of a shadow at the bottom where your cupcake is sitting. Then it looks like it's realistically sitting on top of a table or a plate, whatever you have underneath your cupcake.